How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to 9 Episode 2. The previous video had the big showdown between Kakeru and Ghost, and yeah, obviously the odds were definitely stacked against Kakeru, but it was a very interesting fight nonetheless. Kosuka-senpai came to the rescue, and then things didn't really work out there, so everybody else came to the rescue, and then Takamine definitely stepped in at some point in there, and luckily everybody is all good. Ghost is most definitely dead, and Takamine, I believe, has had his powers taken from him, and it sort of seemed like he was also a evil eye user. So there were two of them, which means I was kind of right like twice in this in my predictions way earlier on. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna pat myself on the back at least for that. Just in case, Sora and I are taking the day off from school today too. Fortunately, Sora's powers have completely vanished, and Mom remembers us again. In fact, she's even forgotten that she forgot us in the first place. I end up spinning a story about how I accidentally gave Sora my cold, and while Mom does yell at me about it, at least it works to get her to call us in sick for one more day. Normally, I'm annoyed about sitting through her lectures, but this time, as I'm listening to her chew me out, all I feel is relief. Once I'm done talking to Mom, I call up Miss Naruse and let her know that my petrification has healed. In response, she says, "Oh, she's a sharp one." I come up with a believable excuse to get her off my case. At Kujo's suggestion, once we left the shrine, we went to the payphone by the station and called an ambulance. When the paramedics asked us what the emergency was, we just said that we'd found someone collapsed at the shrine. Thanks to that, I'm pretty sure Takamine was safely picked up. But the arrival of the ambulance would have caused a stir, and I'm sure Miss Naruse had to deal with fielding questions and whatnot. I ought to apologize to her, but I'm not sure I should tell her everything that happened. Regardless, we've completed our mission, and I can finally rest easy. I guess that's all that got petrified. By the time I woke up, the bits of my fingers that Takamine had managed to petrify were back to normal. And now Sora is completely free from her artifact's curse with no lingering side effects. Because of how hard I pushed myself yesterday, my stigma expanded from my fist and now goes all the way up to my elbow. Fortunately, I haven't undergone any physical or mental changes as a result. Everything's turning out okay. Sora replies half-heartedly, her gaze focused on my computer monitor. I peek over her shoulder and see that she's scanning the news. I figured the discovery of a second petrified person would make the headlines, but so far no one has said a word. I feel like there's more going on here than we think. Even though we didn't do anything to her after she died, Ghost continued eroding away. Maybe by the time the ambulance had arrived, she completely turned to dust. I'm not sure if that's because her powers were still going berserk, or if Sophie did something to keep the incident from blowing up. Another thing that's bugging me is, how come Takamine was able to use the evil eye? Was he also contracted to it? Everything should have been resolved, but I still have a few questions left. Once school is over, everyone's going to gather at my apartment. Sophie said that she would explain everything to us tonight, but the two of us have nothing to do until then. So to fill the time, I give Sora the whole story of what happened while she was unconscious. Well, we left a note. Apparently Sora woke up not long after I left. When she saw that I wasn't around, she panicked and tried to call my phone. I didn't think Sora would be able to use her phone for a while after waking up, so I left my phone back home, which ended up being a mistake. Worried that something might have happened to me, Sora totally forgot the possibility that her powers were still affecting her and tried to call Kujo instead. And of course, the fact that she could use her phone in the first place meant that her powers' effects had vanished, but she hadn't realized that at the time. At any rate, Kujo didn't seem the least bit upset when Sora called her in the middle of the night, agreeing to start searching for me right away. Next, Kujo let Yuki know I was missing via a group message. Meanwhile, Sora got changed and prepared to head out to go look for me. That was when she saw my note.
やべえって思ったね。コンビニかよマジかよって。いや、私置いてコンビニ行くのもおかしいけどさ、それより宮子先輩たちにどう言い訳するか焦ってた。
So in the end, it was Sora's panicked screw-up that saved the day. Right as she was about to text Kujo that the emergency was over, Sophie showed up. That was probably right after Ghost shredded my Sophie mask to bits. Sophie explained to Sora that I was fighting Ghost and told her to head to the shrine, which is how everyone knew to show up there to save me.
高坂先輩には連絡取らなかったのか?
So it seems like Sophie really did bring in reinforcements herself.
ああ、慌ててたからすっぽ抜けてた。ゆき先輩はグループチャットで一緒に連絡できたけど、はるか先輩は入ってなかったし。
Meaning it really was a coincidence that Kosaka-senpai arrived at the perfect time to save me. I guess I could have saved myself a lot of trouble if I had just waited a little longer for everyone to gather. Yeah, I mean, I talked about this in the last video. I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments said, yeah, you're right. While I did go after Ghost with a plan in mind, the plain and simple of it was that I hadn't trusted my friends enough. That is true. We eat lunch and kill time until sunset, when everyone gathers at my place. The first thing I do when everyone arrives is apologize.
私こそごめんなさい。とても頼ってもらえるような状況じゃなかったから。そうね。記憶が抜け落ちていた実感がある。あなたや空のことを私は気にも留めていなかった。下手したら起きなかったかもしれないしね、私。力も解除されなかったかもしれないし。まあ、無茶すんなよとは思ったけどさ。
そうだな。あの時は俺一人でやるしかないって思い込んでた。
新見くんのことを忘れちゃうなんて。本当にごめんなさい。
Honestly, it's not really their fault, to be completely honest.
でも、はるか先輩覚えてたんですよね。はい。忘れてはいなかったです。なおさら、私たちの失態が痛いわね。宮子から事情を聞いて気にかけていたにもかかわらず。いやある意味元凶な私が言うのもなんだけどさ、みんな無事でよかったよね。はるか先輩、ニーニを助けてくれてありがとうございました。いえ、そんな。私は彼女ゴーストは2人で倒したのよね。
Yeah, by banish, we mean murder.
ああ、そうだな。
致滅です。致滅。
Yeah, honestly, like, I wouldn't actually refer to it as Kakeru, successfully killing her. I think he was able to actually successfully push her over to the limit where she began to erode. It's plain and simple. I think it's like that, but that does not completely defeat the fact that he wanted to kill her and that he had his hands in like a death grip. I don't know, was he choking her? I don't remember. But regardless, he was trying to kill her. That was his goal, was to completely get rid of Ghost, so murder was in mind. Kosaka-senpai interrupts me. She doesn't want me to say it. I guess I should accept that kindness. I tell the others everything else that I learned about Ghost. For starters, I know that she had at least 3 artifacts. The Evil Eye, an artifact that let her summon spears, and one that let her teleport. Where she got all of them is still unknown. And then there's also Takamine. He was able to use the Evil Eye's power as well. As for why that is, none of us knows. The best guess we've come up with is that maybe there are two evil eyes. That's kind of my idea. I mean, a human has two eyes. After we're done swapping stories, the five of us fall silent. And that's when the person with all the answers shows up. Enter stage left, Sophie.
おそらくは眷属家でしょうね。眷属。
Yuki's eyes sparkle with curiosity. The word must have tickled her chuny sensibilities.
とある手順を踏むことによって自分の持つアーティファクトの力を他者に分け与えることができるの。
Ah.
そんなことが生異物は語らなかった。まだまだ私すらも知らない未知の力を秘めているようね。語らなくて当然。アーティファクトが本来持っている力じゃなくて人が生み出した技術なんだから。当然私から語るつもりもない。けれどペラペラと話したおバカさんがいたみたいね。そっか。アーティファクトが教えてくれないなら知っている人に聞くしかないって。ソフィーさんと同じ異世界の住人が
Yeah, we never,
その技術を教えた。
we never got to figure out who that someone else from Sophie's world actually is.
はるかだったかしら。あなた何か聞かなかった？そう。あの子やレンヤってこのアーティファクトを見たことは？それもない。
回収できたのか？
いいえ。大丈夫なの？考えられる可能性は2つ。すでに他の適合者の元へと移動した。
Which is probably what happened, all things considered.
あの子たちはユーザーではなかった。
What?
異世界人がゴーストと高峰に力を分け与えた。
じゃあラスボスがまだいるってこと？どうやら。そんな。やっと解決できたと思ったのに。
No, I knew that there was no way that this could have been the end of everything.
そんなに悲観することはないわよ。フードのあの子。仮に眷属だとしたらとんでもない才能だわ。あそこまで力を引き出すなんて。眷属として分け与えた力は通常はかなり弱体化するの。あそこまで使える子はめったにいない。性格面でもそうよね。力をばらまいてこの世界を混乱させようとしているとしても、あの子以上どころか並ぶような子も簡単には見つからないでしょう。つまり当面は平和が続くってこと。素直に喜んでいいわよ。
Yeah, the foreseeable future.
マーガンが次の所有者を見つけていたら。
実際のところそっちの方が面倒ね。まあどっちにしてもフードのあの子以上に厄介なことにはならないでしょうけど、とにかくみんなよく頑張ったわね。第一部完ってところかしら。何かあればまた来るわ。それまでゆっくりと休みなさい。じゃあね。はい、ありがとうございました。
And that might be it for Sophie for the rest of this video. Or not this video, but the entire episode. Sophie vanishes before Kujo even finishes thanking her. So there's either a mastermind or a new user of the evil eye. I thought it was over, but I guess not. Still, at least there isn't anyone out there who's going around killing people for fun anymore. For now. Peace has returned to our town. Even if it's only a momentary reprieve, we can rest easy for now.
みんなお疲れ様。ありがとう。
もともと私がお願いしたことだし、こちらこそありがとうございました。
What a nice little squad that we've built here.
リグベーダの野望はついえた。バルハラソサイエティも眠りにつくときね。再び必要になるその時まで。あ、その設定忘れてた。もうはるか先輩も仲間ですよね。仲間。よろ ろしくお願いします。
That is, if her other personality is totally cool with that. We all welcome our new comrade. After chatting for a while longer, we finalize plans for a formal celebration party and call it a day. Honestly, I'd have been fine with just doing it now, but I guess everyone wants to let me and Sora get some more rest. That's fair. I honestly have absolutely no idea how much longer this episode goes on for.
私も一緒に出るね。晩ご飯買ってくる。
後で食いに行けばいいだろ。
いや、兄やん自覚ないかもだけど顔色悪いから休んでなさい。
はいはい。気をつけてな。
ほいほい。それじゃあ行きましょう。またね、新見くん。さようなら。お邪魔しました。
You know what? I can't believe I'm gonna say this, and you guys are allowed to throw rocks at me. But I'm kind of looking forward to her episode, straight up.
ああ、また。
I didn't think I would, but this character, Sora's character, even Kakeru himself, they've kind of all redeemed themselves as being a lot less annoying among the other problems that they have. I see everyone off, wait until I hear Sora lock the door, and then return to the living room. I sit down on my bed and heave a sigh. I suppose I am still a little tired. I never knew how exhausting it was to use an artifact.
ちょうどいいタイミングで一人になってくれたわね。
Okay, well, I guess we're not done with Sophie yet.
お
Sophie, who was supposed to have left, teleports back in. Guess she's got business with me.
どうした？
励ますつもりはないけれど、どうもあなた内省的すぎるところがあるから一応話しておいてあげようと思って。ノアって子はともかく都を連れて行かなかったのは正解だったわ。あの子案外心が脆い。フードの子の最後を受け止めきれなかったでしょうね。
そうか。
そういうわけだから元気出しなさい。
今日はやけに優しいな。
少しは見直してあげたのよ。
どうも。ありがとな。みんなを連れてきてくれて。
どういたしまして。もっとも私が都に力の使い方を教えられたのはあなたのおかげだし。
俺の？なんで？
わからなくてもいいわよ。体調はどうなの？昨日随分と無理したみたいだけれど。
疲れば残ってるが問題ない。アンブロシアまだ残ってるか？返すよ、アーティファクト。
もうしばらく預けておくわ。また必要になるでしょうから。
そうか。わかった。
じゃあね、ゆっくり養生しなさい。
You know what? I'll also say this. Sophie has also kind of been redeemed in this episode as well. It's still kind of annoying that she doesn't fully explain everything, but I think cooperativeness this time around has been a huge plus. Sophie gives me a little wave and vanishes into a black rift.
元気出せ。
I flop down onto my bed. I think I'll close my eyes for a bit, just until Sora gets back. What if she never gets back? What if we die? Yeah, wait a minute, what's happening?
おめでとう、お兄ちゃん。これでお前も。
We're pondering this. Again, I don't think we're a murderer.
起きた。
悪い。俺、どれくらい寝てた？
知らない。今帰ってきたところだし、10分とかじゃない？
ああ。そっか。
大丈夫？めっちゃ汗かいてるけど。
なんか、あれだ。ビルから落ちる夢見た。
Oh man, those are terrible. Like when you're trying to fall asleep and then like you kind of trip and fall or you fall off of something. Those are surprisingly common. I don't know what triggers it necessarily. Something with the eyes, maybe? I don't know.
ああ、体がビクってするやつだ。ご飯食べる？まだ寝る？
Also, sleep paralysis is lovely. It's weird because you'd think of like sleep paralysis as something that like freezes you in place. it's like that inability, like you're kind of awake, you're kind of not. You want to like go back to sleep, but you also want to wake up. You're kind of just there. For me, it's not like I have a demon that's like watching me or anything. I'm just kind of like stuck. Like I don't have that energy to either go back to sleep or wake up. It's pretty rough, but sleep paralysis may vary between person to person.
いや、食べる。
ほいほい。じゃあ食べましょう。
I wipe the sweat off my forehead, clamber down from the bed, and sit at the table. Sora brings us drinks and sits down across from me.
何買ってきた？
他のと亭のお弁当。唐揚げとハンバーグどっちがいい？
どっちでもいいよ。
じゃあ私ハンバーグ。
Sora pulls 2 boxes and 2 pairs of chopsticks out from the bag next to her and sets them on the table. We grab our respective dinners and start eating.
明日から休みでよかったね。
Yeah, that works out.
だな。体調戻しておかないと。結局1週間丸々休んじまったな。
私もほぼ1週間だな。
本当にもういいのか、体調。
私は元気だよ、絶好調。
俺も大丈夫。力を使わなきゃ侵食の心配もないだろうしな。
私見てないけど、炎のアーティファクトをもらったんだよね。
ああ。
私的にはちょっと怖い力だけど、でもあれだよね、主人公っぽい。
そうか？
ちっちゃい頃にさ、10年くらい前あったじゃん、格ゲーで。
ああ、いたな。
私好きだったんだよな、かっこよくて。ちょっとやってよ、真似してよ。
Are they referencing something in particular?
やらねえよ。
いいじゃん、指先にポッってしてさ、ふって吹き消すの。あの勝利のポーズやってよ。
だからやらねえよ、恥ずかしい。
KO! You win!
燃えたろ。
うわ、やった、やっちゃった。ノリノリじゃねえか。
I don't think we should be using our powers willy-nilly, by the way.
実はずっとやりたかった。
We continue joking around as we eat our dinner. We were doing this during lunch too, but until today it's been non-stop crisis for so long that these casual moments where we can mess around without worry feel especially precious. Once we're done eating, we gather up the empty containers and throw them out. Still feeling a little peckish, we munch through the chocolates that Sora bought on her way back. We kill time by watching a few movies, but I can tell Sora is getting restless. She's no longer paying attention to the screen, instead shooting furtive glances at me. I could just pretend I haven't noticed, but she's probably waiting for me to say something.
どうした？
何？
何もないなら別にいいけど。
Yeah, I know what needs to be addressed. Flustered, Sora sits up straight and adjusts her posture. I can more or less guess what's coming. I pause the video and turn to face her.
この前の話、ちゃんと治ったらって言ってたよね。
ああ、聞くよ。
うやむやにしちゃってもよかったんだけど、やっぱりちゃんと言いたくて。私ね、お兄ちゃんのことが好きなんだけど。
I can't tell if that but is because she wants to cut me off before I can say anything, or because she just wants to avoid things getting awkward. But whatever the reason, Sora raises her voice and stares into my eyes.
なんていうか、あの時は私おかしくて、恋人になんてなれないのは分かってる。ちゃんと分かってる。でもさ、やっぱりずっと好きだったからさ、隠しておく気持ち言っちゃったからさ。だからお兄ちゃん、一個だけ。
ああ。
一回だけでいいから、一回だけでいいから、私とエッチしてください。
Huh? What? No, wait, hold on a second. No. It was supposed to just be like, oh, a little peck or a little kiss or whatever. Why is it like that?
抱いてください。処女をもらってくださ
お前何言ってんの？
偉いことしてください。
実はまだ契約破棄できてないのか。大丈夫かお前。
いやそんなことないから、正気だから、本気で言ってるから。わかりますよ、頭おかしいこと言ってるって。
Well, yeah.
でもね、しゃあないっす、本心なんすもん。私お兄ちゃんとそういうことしたいですもん。ずっと思ってましたもん。
I don't even know what to say here, guys. Like, I know I'm supposed to be commentating, but how?
いやお前思っててもぶっちゃけるのはどうかと思うよ。
私も思うけれども、どうかと思いますけれども、しゃあないぞ、ほんともうしゃあないっす。だってさ、ちょっと考えてみよ、お兄ちゃん、兄や兄様。
なんだよ、何をだよ。
私がさ、今ここでさ、なんでもないの、忘れてとか言ったらさ、丸くは収まるけどさ、今後さ、お兄ちゃんへの気持ちをごまかして、なんかよくわからん適当なチャラいクラスメートと付き合っちゃうわけですよ。まあいっかって。
なんだ、そんなやつがいるのか。
いや家庭だから聞け、最後まで聞け。
はい。
でさ、どうせ兄弟では結ばれないしってそのチャラ男に処女を捧げるわけっすよ。
I mean,
どうすかこれ、どうすか。
we're all on the same page here that, like, losing your virginity or being a virgin or whatever, that's all a social construct, right?
なんだよ、どうって。
Like, it really doesn't mean anything in the long run.
私がそういう切な的な感情で粗末に処女を散らしていいんすかって話ですよ。100人切り目標っすわとか言ってるチャラ男に、私すっごい嫌。それが初めての思い出とかほんと嫌。ニーニはどうよ。
Can we stop with the cherries?
嫌な顔してる。だよね、嫌だよね。妹がそんな風になるの嫌だよね。
まあもっといい恋愛をしてほしいとは思うな。
でもできないの、今のままじゃ。私お兄ちゃんのこと好きすぎるから、一途に一筋に大好きだから。
Yeah, that part's obvious.
このままじゃ私適当に処女散らして適当に別れたり付き合ったりして適当に生きる未来が見えるの。見えちゃうの。
I don't think people name their kids Dick anymore.
だからね、兄や
お
せめて処女だけでも奪ってくれませんか。頼むよお兄ちゃん。付き合ってとか面倒なことはもう言わないからさ、一回だけやり捨ててくれよ、私のために。
やり捨てって、お前とんでもないことをすごいテンションで言いやがるな。
Yeah, that did stand out, didn't
こ
it?
んなことシリアスな空気で頼めないでしょうが。テンション振り切らないと頼めないでしょうが。
ちょっと一旦落ち着け。一旦
落ち着いたらしてくれますか。
Oh my god.
いや、いいからまず落ち着け。
分かった。
Sora nods reluctantly and sits back down. But she's still looking up at me pleadingly. After she finally calms down, she looks at me and says very seriously,
いや、ほんとさ、自分なりに悩んでお願いしてるんだよね。バカなこと言ってるのはちゃんと分かってる。
You don't say.
恋人になれないのも分かってる。でも好きですって伝えて、それで終わりにはできないじゃん。お兄ちゃんとしたいなって思ってたこといっぱいあるもん。
Okay, but full stop here. Like,
ないよ。
there's no hit it and quit it on these desires or feelings that you have. Pursuing, such an act is only going to it's going to make your body and mind crave it more because, well, one, it's something that you still can't fully attain, and two, is something you had a taste of and therefore want more of.
そう、下心的な。お兄ちゃんにはもうバレちゃってるし、隠そうにももう隠せないし、だったら素直にさらけ出そうって、そう思った。
She looks up. A faint blush spreads across her cheeks as tears form in her eyes.
こう見えても結構今恥ずかしい。心臓ドキドキしてる。私お兄ちゃんとエッチなことしてほしいって ずっと思ってた。
Remember, guys, this is pure fiction, and we keep it at that.
だから一回だけでいいから
I don't want any of y'all to go into the comments and be
私のわ
like,
がまま聞いてほしい。
and be all like, man, I remember my non-fiction moment like this. Like, no.
私に
That doesn't exist.
最初で最後の思い出をください。お願いします。
Sora bows her head imploringly, but like, what am I supposed to do? I can't just say, yeah, sure. I certainly do want to make her wish come true. But at the same time, we're siblings. She's my sister, for crying out loud. I can't help but feel reluctant. I feel strongly that this is a line we shouldn't cross. So I can't just give in and agree to this ridiculous proposition without at least spending some time thinking it over. But the thing is, on the flip side, I just don't have the heart to refuse her. I suspect Sora may have realized that I'm wavering here. And my doubt turns into certainty when Sora chooses the perfect moment to say,
勝負しましょう。
On what?
勝負。お兄様が私に欲情いたしましたら、そういう感情を抱いたということで責任持って抱いてください。
いや、お前そんな勝負。
単純明快じゃないっすか。お兄ちゃんの中の兄の部分が勝ったら私諦めるよ。諦めざるを得ないよ。お兄ちゃんの中の男の部分が勝ったらそれも OK ってことじゃん。お兄ちゃんも私をそういう目で見てるってことじゃん。
That doesn't make any sense. I've said this before in a previous video, but like, it's a human reaction, a bodily reaction.
だからだけ。
強引だな。
You don't say.
失礼します。
おい。
Oh no. Sora walks over and plops down in my lap.
デュエルスタート。イエーイ。
ノリ軽っ。
いや真剣だよ、超真剣だよ。ギャグっぽくしないと精神が持たないの。あと冗談っぽくしておけば振られた時勢いで笑える気がする。だからもうしばらくこのうざいノリに付き合って。
はいはい。
デュエルスタート。イエーイ。
I applaud in response, and our bet for Sora's virtue begins. I'm a bit worried about what this says about her principles, but I guess that's the least of my concerns right now. She said that she was acting like this because it's the only way she's not going to break down. But I'm sure part of the reason is also that she's trying to be considerate of me. She's so crazy about me that she's hell-bent on doing something about it. But if she at least expresses her love in this way, it'll be easier for me to turn her down if it comes to it. Or, well, that's probably what she thinks. And me, well, I don't want to hurt her feelings by just shooting her down. So there's my answer. I just have to keep thinking of myself as her brother and not let my horny side get the best of me. Then maybe Sora will be able to find some closure. Alright, Sora, the bet is on.
どうするんだ。
誘惑しますので。
誘惑。
そう、
Sora wriggles up until she's pressed right up against me, sticks a finger down her blouse, and flashes me some cleavage.
なんだか熱くない？
Well, this is just silly.
はあ、汗ばむわ。汗ばむわ。もうやだ。どこ見てるの？やだ。
お前さ。
ドキッとした？ドキッとしただろ。ドキッとしたって言え。
全然色気ないな。関西の芸人かよ。
Well, on the flip side, her voice actor is really good.
こっちこそ。
お前。
Oh my god, come on. Alright, fuck this shit. Okay, well that was fun. Exactly what you all could probably expect out of all that. Unsure of where things are gonna go. Unsure of, yeah, just honestly just completely unsure about a lot of things there. We spent the weekend at our parents' place. Sora hadn't been back for a good week, and I've been wanting to see Mom and Dad again. Hearing them welcome us both home was a huge relief. I'm sure Sora felt the same way. Now we know for sure that she's been freed from the artifact's curse. It was nice being reminded of that for a whole weekend straight. And now it's Monday.
お、かけるじゃん。
Okay, I'm gonna end the episode, or end the video off here. I have absolutely no fucking idea how much more we have, but it's a wee bit late. I am a wee bit tired, and there's some crap I gotta remove from this video, so we'll just wrap it up here. I don't know how much more we have to go. I don't know if it's like a straight shot here to the end or whatever, but lots of post-climax content, I guess you could say, as we wrap things up here. But it really does feel a lot was accomplished in this episode compared to the previous one, so I'll take it, especially if there's some stuff that maybe sets up the next episode, which I would like to assume. I don't know. I mean, sort of how episode 1 ended, because there wasn't really much of a climax there, just a whole lot of running around. Thank you all for watching this video. I'm pretty worn out, and yeah, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next video, which hopefully is the last one for this episode. Guess there's only one way to find out. See you guys then.